They just keep dropping this heat, man. I don't know what to do at this point. Every day is something amazing.
So first off, I just want to say, I get it.
You get what?
High school.
Kamala.
Another Avengers shirt. Cute.
She thinks I'm some kind of weirdo.
You were a weirdo.
Boys.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
You're kind of on my shirt.
Sorry.
But you're staring out the window in your little fantasy land. Kamala, hey. Already? Really? Come on, like...
Do I have to figure out my whole future before lunch, or is there like... Maybe they're right. I spend too much time in fantasy land.
That is not you.
It's not really the brown girls from Jersey City who save the world. That's a fantasy too.
Jude?
Did something happen to you?
No, why? Did you hear something?
Kamala? What does it feel like?
Cosmic.
With The Weeknd in the background, let's go.
I always thought I wanted this kind of life, but I never imagined any of this.
Do you know what you are?
I'm a superhero.
Let's go. Miss Marvel, baby, June. This is about to be lit. All right, so I said this before, and it bears repeating that once again, Marvel, it proves that they are absolutely at the top of their game. I take back everything I said in the Endgame days, where I said Endgame was going to be the finale of the good old days of Marvel. That is proven to be far from the truth when it comes to this next phase in the MCU, as everything from Falcon and Winter Soldier to WandaVision to a number of the movies, Spider-Man No Way Home, Multiverse of Madness, which is coming out, and now we get Miss Marvel, which has officially been confirmed with this trailer to be coming in June. And this is exciting. This is exciting for a number of reasons, and we're going to do a full trailer breakdown, look at every component within the trailer, and try to analyze what potentially could be happening and how this could all come together and culminate into the greater whole that is the MCU. So let's begin. So we're gonna try, I'm gonna do my best to analyze this with you guys and try to just pick apart some of the minutia. Obviously, we'll start here. This show instantly, from the beginning of this trailer, one of the very first scenes, gives me the indication and the idea that this show is going to be a lot more on the lighthearted side. It reminded me of Scott Pilgrim in a way. It kind of had that like comic book like vibes. And I think that's really cool because, as we can see, Miss Marvel, her character is very much, very much can be seen, I think, as a character, as someone who has their head in the clouds, always thinking inside the outside the realm of reality and into the realm of possibilities and opportunities. And I think the Avengers has a great influence on what she sees as potentially being, quote unquote, her destiny. So we move on from there. Like I said, I just really like the imagery here, the comic book style of it, very cartoony, but it's good. You know what I mean? Like, I like it. It feels like this is going to be different. It's not going to be same as what we've seen in the past with like the Winter Soldier, WandaVision. All of those shows have a distinct vibe, but all kind of fit into the same universe when it comes to like WandaVision, Loki, Falcon and Winter Soldier. And I think the first show that kind of deviated from that might be maybe Hawkeye. I think Hawkeye was the first show to kind of deviate from that a little bit and be its own vibe, its own energy. But I digress. Moving on from there, we get what seems to be very kind of high school vibes. Obviously, she's the mean girl. She probably could play Lindsay Lohan in the Mean Girls revival that will happen at some point. The reboot. But that clearly seems to be what is happening here. A little bit of high school drama, but she's very proud of who she is. Very proud to be a lover of the Avengers, and like I said, thinks of the realms of possibilities. Obviously, all of these 100s that you can see here indicate, I guess, this individual's physical features as well as her interest in him. It is on, as they say, 100. Moving on from there, you can see the hearts here. The heart, she clearly has a thing for homie, which is completely understandable. As I said, 100. Homie is living his best life, and she It's here for it. Moving on from there, obviously you could tell that this must be like the classic 4-man trio. Her friends, as you can see here, maybe her best friend, 2 guy friends. It's very much giving off the Friends vibes that we've come to know and love. If you guys have seen Friends, if you haven't, I don't know what you're doing. Get on it. Moving on from there, a lot of this seems to be taking place in high school. I'm sure that's where the premise is going to stand, and this is where things start to really take off as she imagines herself in a bit more of a she obviously has a thing for Captain Marvel, and imagines herself being a superhero, as we all do, and I think that's really cool. It clearly looks like this is some kind of daydream that she's having, imagining herself living a better life. Yeah, being praised as the iconic hero, being part of that Miss Marvel, that Marvel gang, which I think is really cool. Getting the guy right, he's sitting on his Porsche, just oozing sexuality. He just looks like he's not helping his case. And then obviously she snaps out of it. It comes back to reality, but she dreams of something bigger. I think this show is going to have a lot to do with thinking outside of yourself and wanting something more from your life. Kind of what we've seen from the other, like, obviously, I don't want to get too much into this, but obviously, as you all know, this is setting up the Young Justice, right? Or, not the Young Justice, but the Young Avengers, I should say. And like, obviously you can see that that's happening here. We've already seen Haley Steinfeld's Kate Bishop come into play. Now we're seeing Miss Marvel come into play. We're gonna see a few more as well, and I think that's really cool. We're living in the midst of what is gonna be the development of a super team, which is really cool. A young super team at that, which I think is gonna be really awesome. So moving on from there, what I love to, and I just have to say this, guys, what I love too is the representation, that Marvel is clearly taking their stand, and promoting more heroes that aren't typically talked about, heroes of color, of culture, and I think that's really cool, because a lot of us, we dream of seeing heroes, and I think not just heroes, but heroes that may look like you or I, or you see the Shang-Chi's, and now you're seeing Miss Marvel, you've seen the new Captain America, and Falcon, and I just think that's so cool. It sends a great message of the possibilities in one's life for the younger generation, and I think that's what these superhero movies and shows should be trying to do, is creating that sense of imagination, and really the excitement that is in life, and I think that's really cool. It's showing, like, these new shows are really showing that anything is possible. Obviously you can see she puts on the cuff, activates the powers, gets going. At first when she was doing this, I thought this was the multiverse, kind of, right? You could see it seems purple, like what we saw in the No Way Home, what we saw in Loki. And that's kind of what I imagine. I'm sure that's nothing like that may be happening, but you never know with these Marvel shows. You never know. The show is coming out in June, which is very exciting. I like, it feels like there's always something happening now, which is really cool. Circle Q, we can see that there's a little bit of her using her powers there, which is really dope. Like that, like, what is that? Like, that is sick. Like, what? Wait, hold on. What is this? Like, this is dope. I can't wait to see more about Miss Marvel. Obviously you can see her act, like, her powers, like showing her friends, like, yo, look what I could do. I'm about that life now, about to be a superhero, get at me, which is really cool. Like, I would assume this is when she first attains her powers, starts to test out her abilities and her limits, see how far she can take this thing, gazing at the possibility. You can see her when she first has the suit on. Let's go. The first time I really saw Miss Marvel in reality was when the new Avengers game. In the Avengers game, obviously you get Miss Marvel, and I thought that was the first time I'd ever seen her, like, in action. So I know a little bit about her powers, but it's gonna be really cool to see a little bit more of her backstory as well. Let's see. Okay, not sure who that is. Not sure who's getting out of there, but definitely looks like the assembling of some sort of maybe evil gang coming after Miss Marvel. She's on the run. Yeah, it seems like there's going to be some trouble afoot. But it's really cool to see how this all plays in. As you can see, the same individual I'm not exactly sure. I apologize. I feel like I should know this, but I have no idea who these people are. But you can assume there's some sort of antagonist group that's here to, you know, take away Miss Marvel, maybe take her powers. Not exactly sure. It could be anything. But obviously you can see that same individual is here, one of the four, and then obviously she was punching at one of them as well. You can see they're obviously at some ceremony, perhaps a wedding of some sort, which is pretty cool. But yeah, seeing her use her powers is pretty dope. Pretty dope. She gets the mask for the first time. All about friends, family, fun, and maybe a little bit of fighting. Using her powers once again, which is cool. This is when she first gets her mask or her full uniform. And obviously, if this is anything like some of the other superhero shows that we've seen in the past, we can almost assume that there is going to be some sort of build up to her getting this. I would assume if this is a 6-episode event, like some of the other Marvel shows have been, this is going to be probably in the realm of like episode 4, episode 5, when she finally takes on this group that's been coming after her. So in a way, it's a little bit predictable, but not necessarily a bad thing, right? I like there to be a build up for these new, you know, Young Avengers characters. And yeah, it looks like Miss Marvel has a lot of life, a lot of fun to be had in this show. Starts streaming on June 8th. And I can't wait, because in May, literally at the end of May, we get Moon Knight. So these shows are actually going to cross over in terms of, you know, when they're both, you know, when they're both showcasing on Disney Plus, which I'm not sure how that's going to work, but I think it's really cool. And obviously, as you know, these two shows will culminate around the Multiverse of Madness. So I'm curious if Multiverse of Madness will have something to do with these two shows, or if they will be impacted in their 3rd, 4th, 5th episode by the release date of Multiverse of Madness. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Marvel would go about doing something like that, because not everybody's going to see Multiverse of Madness on day 1 or even weekend 1. So, but it would be cool, because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. used to do something like that, where the show and the writing was not manipulated, but it was impacted by the events of what was happening in the MCU. Not a lot, because obviously not everyone, you know, was seeing the movies, but it was just enough where they'd throw in little things, little nods, little sayings that related to what was happening in the movie. So it kind of built on that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Show and the universe, and I think that was really powerful. And I hope that that's what they're doing here, having these shows happen around the same time as, you know, Multiverse of Madness, which I'm assuming is going to have a big impact on the future of the MCU. If my predictions are correct, there's going to be some big stuff revealed in this film. So, you know, that's just, I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Very, very excited for what is potentially coming in this show. I think it's going to be a pretty big deal. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. What are you most excited about for Miss Marvel? Are you looking forward to this show? Are you looking forward to Moon Knight more? Let me know. I'm very interested to see what you guys have to say. But until then, thanks so much for watching. Drop a like on this video if you did enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.